Risk. How to play. The object of the game is to be the last player standing. Lay out the board. Remove the secret mission and dragon cards, then shuffle the territory cards and place them face down on the table. Each player takes a colored army and counts out infantry pieces based on the number of players. 35 for 3 players, 30 for 4 players, and 25 for 5 players. Each player rolls a die, and the highest goes first, then play proceeds clockwise. Reroll on a tie. On your turn, place 1 infantry onto any unoccupied territory on the board. Once all 42 territories have been claimed, continue taking turns placing 1 infantry onto any territory you already control until all the infantry are placed. If you need to save space, you can combine 5 infantry into 1 calvary or 10 infantry into 1 artillery. After the setup phase, gameplay begins in the same turn order. At the beginning of each of your turns, receive troops from your supply based on the number of territories you control divided by 3, ignoring any fractions. You receive a minimum of 3 troops, even if you have less than 9 territories. Next, receive bonus troops if you completely occupy all the territories of an entire continent, as indicated on the board. Place all these troops however you want on any of your territories. After placing troops, you can attack if you want. To attack, you must pick a territory you control that has at least 2 troops in it that is bordering an enemy territory. Black dotted lines connect territories, and can connect them from one side of the board to the other. You may only attack 1 territory at a time, and you may only attack from 1 territory at a time. Once you declare an attack, you must resolve at least 1 round of battle before you can stop attacking. Otherwise, you can continue to battle until you decide to stop or until either you or your opponent's army is completely destroyed. During a battle, no matter the number of troops attacking, the attacker can only roll 1, 2, or 3 red dice, while the defender can only roll 1 or 2 blue dice. Each die represents 1 soldier. You need to have a physical number of troops equal to or greater to the number of dice you are rolling. When attacking, you must always leave 1 infantry behind to guard the territory you're attacking from. So, calculate your attacking army size accordingly. However, unlike the attacker, the defender can count every soldier down to their last 1 towards their dice count. To battle, the attacker first declares the number of dice they are rolling, followed by the defender. Then both players must roll their declared dice at the same time. Now, pair up the highest attacker die against the highest defender die, then the next highest, if any. Discard any extra. The highest value die in each pair wins, forcing the losing player for each die to remove 1 infantry in the battle from the board and return it to their supply. If a die is tied, then the defending player wins. If the attacker and defender both still have troops, then the attacker may choose to battle again if they want, and the process is repeated. If the defender no longer has any troops, then the attacker conquers the territory and moves a number of troops equal to or greater than the number of dice they rolled into the new territory, being sure to leave at least 1 troop behind. If the attacker doesn't have any more troops, then they aren't allowed to battle again. You are allowed to attack as many territories on your turn as you want, and you can attack the same territory as many times as you want. When you are finished attacking, if you have captured at least 1 territory, draw the top territory card from the deck, which you look at but keep hidden from others. After you have attacked, or if you choose not to attack, you may maneuver your troops if you want. To maneuver troops, move as many troops as you'd like from exactly 1 territory you control to exactly 1 territory it is connected to. Your territories are considered connected to all other territories you control that are adjacent to each other, no matter the distance. You cannot maneuver troops through an enemy-controlled territory, nor split them into multiple destinations. When maneuvering troops, you must always leave at least 1 infantry behind. Once you've finished maneuvering troops, if any, your turn ends and the next player goes. Territory cards you collect can earn you bonus troops by trading in 3 cards in a complete set. A set is either 1 card of each symbol, 3 cards of the same symbol, or 2 cards of the same symbol and a wild. Discard the set at the start of your turn underneath the corresponding number at the edge of the board to collect that many troops. The first set traded in is worth 4 troops, then the next is 6, then 8, then 10, 12, 15, and so on. It does not matter who traded in which sets. The set values increase for everyone each time. If you start your turn possessing 6 territory cards, then you must trade in sets even if you don't want to. If you do, you are allowed to trade in a second set if you have one and want to. When you trade in sets, if you control the territory on any of the cards in that set, then place 2 bonus troops in those territories. When your last territory is conquered, you are eliminated from the game. Give any territory cards you have to the player who conquered you. If they now have 6 or more cards, they must immediately trade in sets for troops until they get to 4 or fewer cards. But once their hand is reduced to 4 or less cards, they may not trade in any more sets that turn. The gained troops are placed immediately and their turn continues like normal. The last player standing wins.